Bug Country 99.7 and 101.1, today's new country. It is a Wednesday hump day, and on Wednesdays we wear pink here because we are thinking pink with Fred F. Collis and Sons. And in studio, I have one of our amazing women that are involved in our Think Pink this week. We're going to be highlighting her, Debbie Cool. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I'm going to have you get a little bit closer to this mic. Don't be shy. I am good, and this is your first time here at Bug Country.
It is.
And you're a little bit nervous.
I am nervous.
But we're just going to have a friendly conversation.
All right.
So you are a breast cancer survivor. So we are going to talk all things breast cancer, making strides. And for the people listening, let's hear a little bit about you and your story.
Okay, so I am 8 years out as a survivor. I was diagnosed with triple negative, which is a very rare breast cancer that I have or had. And I went through a whole year of chemotherapy and radiation. And I really wanted to get my story out there for all the young people. I was only 43 when I was diagnosed.
Wow.
And I was the only one in my family that was diagnosed with breast cancer. Nobody else has breast cancer, thank God, in my family. I did the BRCA gene testing, which I recommend anybody that is diagnosed with breast cancer to do the BRCA. And I am not a carrier of it, so that means that all of my nieces are not prone to get the breast cancer. They have no idea how I got it, or what I did, or if I did anything to get it. I went and had a mammogram done, and the mammogram came back that I didn't have any lumps, no problems. I went to bed one night and decided, just out of the blue, I decided I was going to just do a breast exam. Mm-hmm. And I did, and I found the lump myself. It wasn't on the mammogram. It wasn't anywhere. Yeah. And if I had not done that breast exam on myself, in 6 months, my doctor said I wouldn't be here right now.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Wow. So obviously when you caught that lump and you felt that lump, you obviously went back to the doctor.
Yep.
So how does that work, essentially, because they didn't see it beforehand? So, but what was the time frame between that? Pretty short, like you said?
Yeah, pretty short.
So then you go back, and then do they have to do like further testing? How does that work?
Yeah. So my world, everything was turned upside down, and I started like immediately. I went to the doctors. I went in. They did another mammogram. They did see the spot at that point. It was pea size, like a small little spot. And then within 2 weeks, it grew to a quarter size. It was growing inside so fast. So they were in a hurry to figure out what we were going to do. Triple negative, it's very rare, so they don't have a lot of information out on that type of cancer. So I did, my sister and my brother-in-law is a doctor, so they took my information. We went to several doctors and got several different opinions and ideas, and we started immediately. We went over to Faxton. I was in surgery within 2 weeks and had the lumpectomy done. After 2 weeks, I was in chemotherapy within 3 weeks. And I did chemotherapy for the full year. Then I did radiation for 6 months after that.
My God, these stories are mind-blowing because everybody is different. Like, I've had family members who have also had breast cancer, and it's insane how everyone's story is different, and the timelines are either a little bit slower or a little bit quicker. And so if it wasn't for you doing that self-exam, you would have never felt that lump. You would have never had an inkling to go back until your next checkup.
Right.
So when it comes to those exams and even just going to get a mammogram, how do you feel about that? What would you have to say to maybe somebody my age? I'm 26 years old.
Yep. So I tell everybody that I talk to, like, I probably bug people too much because I say, just do your self-exams. Even if you go and have your mammograms, which you need to go and have your mammograms every year, do not miss them. But 2 weeks after you do your mammogram, do a self-exam. Do a self-exam every time after your menstrual cycle, because that's when they're going to show. That's when everything pops up. So I try to tell like all my nieces, just do a self-exam. It's kind of funny because I say, if you don't want to do it,
I mean, hey, they got a good aunt then.
yeah. So
we are Thinking Pink with Debbie Cool, and we are celebrating all of our survivors, all of these amazing women who have amazing stories. It's Making Strides. It's Sunday, October 24th at MBCC, and you can actually help us reach our donation goal with Team Collis and Bug Country at bugcountry.com. I've even agreed to dye my hair pink if we reach our goal. So not my whole head. I think my mom might not be proud of me. But you can listen here every single Wednesday, and we showcase a breast cancer survivor just like Debbie. And Debbie, thank you so much. Your story is amazing. And I think listening to all of you women, I never really as you talk about like the kind of breast cancer that you had, I never really knew that there were so many different kinds of breast cancer, because when you hear breast cancer, you just think, okay, breast cancer. You don't think of all the different types, and like you said, you had a very rare one.
Right. Yep.
So
stay on top of all your doctor's appointments. Go early. You know, if your doctor tells you that you're too young, you're never too young to get tested, because breast cancer is coming up more and more in the young generation.
Right.
So make sure you get tested.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Debbie, for coming in, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It is Alex on Bug Country 99.7 and 101.1. You can stay up to date with all things Think Pink at bugcountry.com.